And it is time to go. Okay. X squared minus 16. X squared. This is 171, I believe. 172. Everybody said you saw 171. Okay. Of course, if you got there, you are half done because it is actually x plus 4, x minus 4, and x plus 1, and x minus 1. Because that is squared minus squared, that is squared minus squared. Everybody good? Yes. When do you stop factoring? When you cannot factor anymore.
Why do you need to factor the 1?
What would you factor it to?
Well, why do you need to do the x plus 1, x minus 1 thing for the 1?
Because x times x is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. X times positive 1 is positive x. And 1 times 1 is negative 1.
Oh, okay.
That was a bit of trickery, a bit of jiggery-pokery, a bit of argy-bargy to start off the assignment. I hope I caught few people. I hope that I caught a few people snoozing and thinking they were done there. I'm glad I caught you on an assignment or on practice that doesn't matter. What? It's like I don't even talk. For the 850th time, there is no review for this unit because you have practiced it ad nauseum, which is Latin for until you are sick. It's a figure of speech. You will not actually reach the stars if you reach for the stars. It means try your hardest.
What if there's no review?
No, I do not. Some of you will stop there, but of course the actual answer is that.
Is that a plus 16?
I would also accept, of course, x plus 4 squared. Both of them are perfectly acceptable. No, they're x's. No, you cannot pull out a 4. Oh. Okay. Some of you will stop there, but of course the real answer is x plus 3 and x minus 4. Yes. Yes. It would. Yes, you're right, Ganika, because I am so mean. I don't just quietly answer your questions every single time, even when it's the 37th time.
I just asked you about a review and you got mad at me. Exactly.
I'm sure a great many of you use 6 and 4 there, but of course that does not work. Why would you divide it by negative 1? Some of you probably stopped there. But of course, yep. Yo. Hey, guess what? What should you do? If I make a mistake like that, and you know what it is. Minus 9 plus 6. There you go. You might notice I'm doing this whole page in 45 seconds, showing no work. A great many of you will have stopped there, but of course the right answer is which one? Okay, can all of you do that part? But there and there are common factors. So they go to the front, and what's left over is there. Then, of course, 6 and 4 share the common factor of 2. 2, 3x, 6x divided by 2 is 3x, 4 divided by 2 is 2. Because there is no common factor between 2 and 1. Brendan. That's a 4, dude. Are we good? I will have a sip of my refreshing beverage. Preston. What do you notice about that and that? They're almost the same. If I divide that by negative 1, that 1 will become negative, which is what I need. That negative x will become positive, and that negative 1 will come out to the front. Negative 1 times positive x is negative x. So I have 3x minus 1 minus x minus 1. Now, x minus 1 and x minus 1 is a common factor. So I divide them both by the common factor. I move the common factor to the front, And what's left over, 3 minus x, is what's inside the brackets. Yes, Preston. What is the number that is a factor of every single other number? 1. So I can always divide out a 1 or a negative 1. And it changes the appearance. Here is why it works. X minus 1 is just x minus 1. Negative 1 times 1 minus x. What's negative 1 times 1? Negative 1. What's negative 1 times negative x? Positive x. Positive x minus 1 is the same thing. This page makes most high school kids rip their hair out because they see a plus sign there and they're like, because that's the face you make when you see a plus sign there. Because this answer can, of course, not be positive, can it? It has to be a negative number. Because there is no way to multiply to this empty space and add to 1r unless one of them is negative. Now, what numbers can go there? Any number with factors that are 1 apart. So, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 750 and 751, as long as the smaller number is the negative. 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 751 minus 750 is 1. So the number that goes there is this product. Always. It could be negative 2. It could be negative 6. It could be negative 12. It could be negative 20. It could be whatever that is. But I cannot do that in my head, so I will not. Well, I could, but it would take a long time. Everybody understand? What's different in 2? Nothing's different in 2. The letter has changed. Does that change the way we do the math? No. So what is a number that could go there that isn't written on the screen yet?
Negative 12.
Negative 12 is written on the screen. Negative 30. Give me another one. Negative 42. Give me another one. Negative 56. Give me another one. Negative 72. And so on, and so on, and so on. Does anything change for 3? No. Give me 3 numbers that aren't written on the screen. Negative 6 is written on the screen. Negative 110. Negative 2 is not... Oh, yeah, written right there.
Negative 1 billion.
No. Negative 1,056. Why? 32 and 33. Okay, everybody's good. Is 4 the same? The numbers are the same, but is your thinking the same? No, because what gets the negative now? The bigger number. But that doesn't change the value of the that doesn't change the value of the third term, does it? Right? It's still going to be negative 42, but the factors would be 6 and negative 7. Yeah? Yeah. What changes in 5? They got to be 2 apart, so give me a number that would work there.
Negative 24, negative 2.
Negative 24 works.
No, I was talking about the add times this.
Oh, okay. What else would work? Negative. So negative 48 would work. What else? Negative 80 would work, because 10 and 8. Everybody cool? Oh, very interesting. Number 6. How's that different?
There's the linear term has a blank.
All right, the linear term is what we got to find. So what could this be?
5.
It could be 5. What else? 7. What else? Oh, yeah. -7 and -5. Why? Not just because. Just because is what you say when somebody asks why and you don't have an answer. That's why your parents spent your entire youth going, because, when you asked why. Because they didn't actually have an answer for you. They can add on to because I said so, which is just because. But to be fair, they're your parents. They don't need to give you a damn reason. Because they don't.
Because they gave birth to you, Selena. They raised you.
They don't. The reason they don't need to give you an answer, Selena, is because they wouldn't be saying it if they didn't have a reason. And sometimes that reason is complicated or long, and we just need the crap done. We have no time to explain it. And the sooner you realize there are times in your life where you just have to do what you're told, the better off you will be in your life. What about 7? What could it be?
10.
No.
7.
Could be 7. What else?
11.
11. Or?
-11.
Well done. Oh, snaky. That would be 6. Of course it would be 12. Why? 2x plus 3y. 2x plus 3y. 6xy, 6xy to get 12xy. Oh, now you have a question too?
Yeah.
Pushy?
The screen went blue after I put my hand up.
Oh, okay.
For 6 and y, I don't understand how you got those specific numbers.
Okay. What have you noticed? Every single factoring thing when you factor it. You started with x squared and you got x plus something and x plus or minus something, right? X times x got you x squared, right? The first factor is always a square root. So what do I need there? These. Sorry. There was a 6 involved here, so my fault. Okay. If you're going to factor this, McKenna, I need to multiply to 6, don't I? Okay, what are the only numbers that multiply to 6? 1 and 6, or 2 and 3. So if I use 1 and 6, when you add them, it would be 7. Or if they were both negative, because -1 times -6 is +6, then it would be -7, because -1 plus -6 would be -7. If it was 2 and 3, it would be 5 or -5. Here, 10 has to be 1 times 10 or 2 times 5. It's blue, I know. Quality.
Preston,
Violet.
Preston, can I keep your whiteout? I don't think it's not an option. No, my whiteout is blue. You were using mine. Can we just trade? Can we just
12. Because, of course, you need a square there and a square root there. Then, because they're all positive, no terms dropped out, it had to be. And then, when you expand, you get 2 6xy's. given the area of a rectangle is x squared plus 7x plus 12. What's the area of everything? Length times width, which means the w and the L are factors, yes? So if this is the middle, the factors must be on the outside, which is, of course, x plus 3 and x plus 4.
Can I walk through the last one?
You want the magic pen?
No, I just want to walk through.
Okay.
Wait, I don't want
Guide me, Ganika. Go.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do the 5x minus 4, 3x plus 5 thing. When I don't know what it's called. Factoring it.
You're not going to factor it.
Sorry, distributive property.
You're going to distribute it to get what?
15x squared plus 25x minus 12x minus 20.
To get what?
15x squared plus 13x minus 20. So that's the area of like the big rectangle.
That's everything.
And then I'm going to get the 2x, like ignore that. Then I'm going to get the 2x plus 6 and that x plus 2, distributive property it. And then 2x squared plus 4x plus 6 plus 12. Stop laughing. 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. And then I'm going to do I'm going to like subtract that. Like, so you're going to put those two in brackets. Oh my god, so let me talk. Okay, so you're going to subtract them. So it's going to end up being, because the negative sign has to go into the bracket, you know what I'm talking about? Distribute 15x squared plus 13x minus 20 minus 2x squared plus 10x minus 12. No, it's like right in what? I know that's the answer. And then the answer is 13x squared plus 3x minus 32. That took a hot minute. Was that confusing?
Because you are taking this rectangle away. So you had 15 x's, that was the whole thing, but you took away 2 of them.
Mr. Myers.
Now, what Ganika said that I didn't write down was this. Minus. So that minus distributes and changes all of those to negative.
Yes. We learned that in grade 8.
I know. And yet, when I give you this on a test in grade 10, some of you are going to do it wrong.
Memory loss.
Yeah, sometimes you forget how to subtract.
Yeah.
It happens. Always. What? What'd you get? How? Okay, so 4 by 9 is 36, yeah? So now you need factors of 36 that'll add to that in the middle. But you don't know what that is. So the factors of 36 are either 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, or 6 and 6. Okay, so then it would be x plus 4 over 4 and x plus 9 over 4, which would get you x plus 1 times 4x plus 9. But when you put that out there, 4x squared plus 9x plus 4x plus 9y squared, that would work. All right, Ms. Clausen did lots of trickery. I'm not too worried about your abilities to factor at a grade 10 level. I am not scared at all.
Can you please just write something just in case you want extra practice? Sorry, just want to make sure.
Harry Jotter and the Roti of Doom. Huh?
Did you have a really funny story about Ashton's brother? It wasn't great. It was not
Neon Light.
Oh my gosh.
It was a gummy bear thing. Neon Light. Neon Light. He kept screaming that it was Knee Over Light. I kept saying no, and he was standing where Toya sits right now, hands on his desk, yelling, Knee Over Light. No, Harjot. Knee Over Light. No, that's not. It's not that. I've said no 17 times. Knee Over Light, it can't be anything else.
Neon light.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't done the investments in like 20 years because I had 1.6 for like my whole life.
I did interest on November 27th. Oh, you 2 weeks of interest. Hey. Yes. What do you have your calculator out for?
Nothing. I'm
The time?
Yeah. Anyway. Thank you. Do you want us to like
That was it's factoring practice. You told me you wanted factoring practice. Yes, you did. I said, I don't need to worry about, I think Miss Clausen gave you a plan. You said, but could you just put some up so we could just practice if we wanted extra practice? It's recorded. So I put it up there.
Matt's gonna tell you what it got.
In a sec. Two x squared plus 14.
divided by 4. Oh my gosh, 49 divided by 596.
Squared minus squared.
What?
I, of course, would write this as a squared minus 16, which would be a plus 4, a minus 4, which would, of course, be 2x plus 14 plus 4, 2x plus 14 minus 4, which would be 2x plus 18, and 2x plus 10. And, of course, I would take out a 2, and I would take out a 2 to get 4x plus 9, x plus 5. That's what I would do. There are many ways to do the question, but you will notice my way took 5 seconds. Okay.
Yep.
So you just plugged in what 8 was. I was? Yeah, I did. Wait, Mr. Myers, please.
Is this a new question?
Can we just go a bit out there?
Because there's a 2 in front of that one and a 2 in front of that one. And then 2 times 2 is 4.
No. I don't see the, no, I don't get it. You only divided by 2 ones.
No, I divided each factor by 2 because those are 2 separate factors. Much like 6 times 8 are 2 separate factors. If I divide that by 2 and I divide that by 2, I get 2 times 3 times 2 times 4, right? 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 4 is 12. 4 times 12 is 48, just like 6 times 8 is 48. There's a 2 in both of those spots. How you looking at this one? It's all the same concept. It's just looks different. No. Well, you could. I don't think so. Oh, we got a quiz to mark, too. We got loads of time. We still got half an hour in class. I'm going to give it at, we're going to mark it the way we always mark quizzes. I'm going to give it you back your quiz. You're going to mark it. Waldo just walked by.
I know, I saw that.
I found him.
Wait, is that the guy that always wears like the red hat?
I have no... What?
Pardon?
Never mind.
Waldo wears a red and white toque. Or is it just a red toque?
Yeah, was it the guy wearing like the huge like red, like the guy that walks around school wearing like the big red red hat?
I don't know. I only saw the red and white striped shirt. Yeah? Right? Right? Which is x plus 3 to the 4th minus x plus 4 to the 4th. Right?
This is making my eyes.
Right? Now you're going to notice something here, I hope. X plus 3 squared plus x plus 4 squared. X plus 3 squared minus x plus 4 squared. Right? Right? Everybody still okay? Is that squared minus a squared? Is that squared minus a squared?
Will there be a minus sign between them?
That's a minus sign between them.
Yeah. Can we just be done? Like, can we leave it at like the third one? Yeah? Like the third one up?
If you could get to there, you are at a very, very, very comfortable level of factoring.
Why are there like 15 floors?
Oh, that hurts my eye.
Yeah, that's hideous.
Looks like a watermelon. Let's no.
Why don't we see yellow?
That looks better. I like that.
Black. That looks like stress.
I love Shrek. Tara. Shrek. It was raining. Tara. It was raining outside. You know what that means?
Oh yeah. You forgot the front wall.
I'm not done.
Why did you draw it in white? You like outlines. Oh, it's not like that.
I have a question. Was that scene in the movie actually there?
What is that?
He's kind of creepy. Where's his eyebrows? Yo, where's his mouth? Where's his ear? Where's his ear? Oh. Where's his ear? Where's his watch?
Wait. He's an old man, so he has hairy ears. It's coming for all of you
Where's his mouth?
under his beard.
Well, that's kind of disgusting.
Well, he can open it, right?
It's like really unhygienic.
All right. Quizzes. Squared minus squared. Square root of that plus square root of that. Square root of that minus square root of that. X plus x, 2x. 3 plus 4, 7. X minus x, 0. 3 minus 4, negative 1. No. Yes, Preston.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Mr. Myers, I'm sorry, but it said greatest common factor, so I divided it by only 7.
Yes, I'm getting to that when I can stop now, yes. So, again, the greatest common factor is indeed 7. But, by convention, we remember we don't like a negative at the front of a bracket. If you left the negative in there, you may have your full credit because it is called the greatest common factor method. But indeed, you are not taking out the greatest factor because you don't want a negative inside brackets. Yes. Yes.
Mr. Myers, what if you forgot to put like the dividing smallifying thing in front of the rest of the fraction? Like what if you forgot like minus 5 with the x squared plus 8?
Well, then you don't have the right answer, do you? What? Okay, if you only pulled out what? I can't quite hear you because Prav and Jasleen are having a laugh together, and that's okay.
For number 9, if we forgot to pull out a 9, but we pulled out a 3 instead, would we get half the money?
Yes. Suhani. Hey.
Would it be 8Q minus P minus 3?
8Q minus P minus 3, indeed. That's what you need.
What if you accidentally change the variable or the A? Oh, I left the first one.
I don't care.
I accidentally changed the Y to an X. I still got it right. Oh, yeah, we got it.
And I think that's it. Yep. Which one? What? Oh yeah, it should have been 4 minus x. Because that's where the negative 1 is coming out. No. Well, yeah, but then if you took the negative out of the other one, then you would have had x minus 4 and 3 minus x.
What's the other?
1,000.
Yes.
Sure, it's a quiz. It's out of 1,000.
Oh, awesome. 1,000.
Which will do what to your mark? Absolutely nothing, because it's a quiz.
So, like, at the end of, like, the semester, are you going to check my marks in, like, the quiz section? Are you going to count it to the best? It's already, like, I don't know what's
All right, you're all ready to go. Please turn in your books to what I hope is page 176. It should look like this. Lots of bulletin boards. There's even a fridge with magnets you can put it on. Not much. So, we are starting our new unit on functions and relations. There's a crap ton of vocabulary in this unit. Not very difficult conceptually speaking, but a lot of new words. And I, of course, do not tell little stories. I use the actual words. So we will open with the first word, a set. A set is a group of anything you can count, which we are going to call data. A group of data is a set. Sets can have nothing in them or any other number larger than nothing.
Can we
Okay?
try examples?
I'm going to give you examples as I always do.
Thanks.
In this room, right now, there are 30 somethings. Okay, students would be a set. There is 30 other things. Desks, that is a different set. There are significantly more than 30 gummy bears in this room. In this room, there is a set of one somethings. Teachers. Everybody good? You would think if Mr. DeVries walked in here, what would happen to the set of teachers? It would become 2. What would happen to the set of people? It would increase by 1 as well, from 30 to 30, 31 to 32. I'm getting to that. Pieces of data can live in more than one set. You guys have seen this in English class when you do the Venn diagram. Macbeth is a dink. Macbeth's wife is a mean, horrible female dog. What do they share? Okay. Romeo has characteristics. Juliet has characteristics. There are characteristics which they share. This is a set of Romeo. This is a set of Juliet. This is the set that they share. Okay? For example, whiny, young, crybaby, dead. Spoiler alert. Okay? Melodramatic. I could go on, but why? Everybody cool? No, I don't hate Romeo and Juliet. I just don't know why it has become. No, I just.
Pyramus and Thisbe.
I don't know why that particular play has been glommed onto by so many people. He's written many other great love stories. I don't know why it's that one. What? No, nobody needs demonstrations of that.
And there's already like
Kids have been acting dumb since the first cave kid jumped off a cliff.
no, but also like
It's part of growing up.
no, but
You
that
have to be dumb.
That format of like 2 lovers and then they both die because one of the other died. That has been done a bajillion times.
Because it works. It's an archetype.
Yeah,
Everybody understands it. Now, an element.
It's not funny.
Any single item in a set, which means an element is a datum, which is the singular of data. All of you are data. There is 30 of you in here. I can count you. Each single one of you is a datum. Okay? Datum, tum tum tum. Or da tum 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 because it's Christmas. Tum 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 tum. I hate that carol. If I got the drummer boy sticks, I'd stiff them in his ear because it's dum 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 dum. You're entitled to love that carol. I just don't. That doesn't detract from the value of that Christmas carol if I don't like it. I don't care to see the movie. Because if I see that movie, I'll be subjected to 90 minutes of "Come, they told me, pa-rum-ba-pum-bum."
Remember what movie, like the puppet one?
The puppet.
No, that one was so sad. It was all, I didn't cry because I don't feel emotional, but like it was so sad. No, and there's also the song about like how animals can't smile and stuff. Oh, that's so cute. Animals can't smile. Traditions.
Yeah. Why does it smell like that?
Anytime you take data from one set and compare it to data from another set, you are making a relation. All right? For example, in the room next door to us right there, are there kids in that room? Yes. Right now, there's a set of kids there and a set of kids here, yes? Is there a kid in that room sitting near the door? Yes. That kid, if we are going to make a relation, would relate to the kid in this room sitting near the door. But until I actually make that comparison, I have nothing but two sets of data. Does everyone understand? Now, here is where we have our first concept. The media uses this theory to manipulate us. They compare two pieces of data that have nothing to do with each other. And then we, being the suckers that we are, say, "Oh, did you hear about this? It's so-and-so and so-and-so." And then you say, because this is happening, this is happening. And you cannot make relations like that. They must have something to do with each other. For example, let's pretend that everyone in Canada is starting to have their life expectancies lower. Everybody with me? Average life expectancy in Canada is starting to fall. You with me? Okay. At the same time that this data was happening, Coca-Cola changed the formula of their flagship product, Coke. Does one have anything to do with the other? No. But if I put it on a graph and somebody from the news said, "This just in, Coke's new formula coincides with a decline in Canadian life expectancies," what would you think? That they have something to do with each other. And the news does it to us all the time. And we, being suckers, buy it. Now, here, we believe that correlation. Now, I'm going to stop for a moment because what I'm going to show you on the screen is not mine. It's somebody else's copyrighted thing. I don't want to put it on my YouTube.